Hi, good morning guys. Today we are going to discuss about the Spark SQL module. So I have divided this Spark SQL module in three different parts, that is part 1, part 2 and part 3, and today we are going to start with part 1, then respectively I will just start with the part 2 and part 3, okay, accordingly. So let's start about the part 1 of Spark SQL. So what is Spark SQL? Introduction part. Spark SQL is a separate module altogether. As we have already discussed, start of the Spark module, we have different modules are present or given by the Spark to deal with different tasks. We have something called Spark core module, then Spark SQL module, then Spark graphics module, then Spark mlib module, Spark SQL module, I have already told, then Spark R module as well. Now, Spark SQL module is one of the module given by the Spark, which is used to deal with the structured data that by interacting with the database and all. Okay, not only database, the data store in the structured way, tabular way, or row columnar way. It may be in the CSV file format, maybe database and all. This module run on top of Spark core module. The purpose of the Spark SQL module is to process the structured data, as I have just told you. We can write Spark queries inside Spark program. So Spark SQL program we can write by using DataFrame API and SQL, etc. So we'll see there are two different ways how we can write the Spark SQL program. One is DataFrame API and the second one is SQL, by using Spark SQL and all. Now, what are the different features? Spark SQL features. First one is integrated, then unified data system, then performance. We'll discuss each and everything. Spark SQL module uses SQL queries to process data. These queries we need to write inside Spark program. DataFrames and the dataset APIs to process data. Unified data access. Spark SQL can access variety of data sources. Variety of data sources like Hive, Avro, Parquet, ORC, JSON, as well as JDBC and etc. Performance optimization. Performance-wise, Spark SQL is good. Now DataFrame. When DataFrame was introduced, DataFrame introduced in the Spark 1.3.0 version. Okay, creating the Spark DataFrame. Now we'll see what are the different way we can create the Spark DataFrame. Different ways to create data frame in Spark. Hive data from CSV data, JSON data, RDBMS data, XML data, Parquet data, Cassandra data, and RDD data. So, by reading the data from these sources, we can create the Spark data frame. So, whenever I'm telling data frame, it's nothing about the representation of the data in the row columnar format or tabular format, you can see. Okay. Now, what is DataFrame? DataFrame is a distributed collection of data organized in named column. You can see, let's say I have a sales.csv file. I have almost around 4 to 5 different columns are there. Customer ID, mail ID, transaction ID, product name and product cost. And I have respective data altogether. Create a data frame from reading a CSV file. To create the data frame, we need to create object. For Spark session, we need to call CSV. Below program, if sales.csv file is available in current directory, then it works. Now, creating the data frame by loading CSV file. From PySpark.sql import Spark session. Spark session is equal to Spark session.builder.appname. I have to pass certain string value, then dot get or create. That's how I will create the object for the Spark session. Then I will use the Spark session object to read the data from any file format. So I'm just reading the CSV file, read.csv. I'm passing the file name, that is sales.csv. Mode is equal to drop malform. So if any malform records are there, which is not a relevant data, I have to drop it. Import schema is equal to true, header is equal to true. As it contains the header value, that is a header column, that's why I make it header as true. If I will not write header is equal to true, then the first row itself is considered as the data, which is wrong. That's why I have to make always header is equal to 2 if my CSV file contains the column name. df.show, it will display the output like this. You can just have a practice, just write down the code and run it. You will see the similar output in your screen. Below program, we have provided file path if file exists in a different location. If file is present in a different location from where you are running this code, then you have to pass the file path altogether. Okay, file name with path name with the file name and passing. Same like previous one, giving the output. Now, Shidu is one of my students. Hey, can I say data frame means a table? Yes, we can say that, as data frame is like a table in a relationship database. Data frame exists virtually in Spark. Data frame contains rows with the schema. Schema is nothing but the column name, I can say. Any doubts so far, guys? Any doubt, please let me know. Now, DataFrames support file format. What are the different file format that DataFrames support? Supports different data format like Avro, CSV, store system like Cassandra, HDFS, Hadoop distributed file system, Hive, Table, MySQL and all. Advantages. DataFrame bring good optimization technique. Now, what are the different characteristics of a data frame? It's immutable. Immutable means once you create the object, you cannot change the content of an object. In-memory computing, fault tolerance, resilient distributed computing capability, etc. These are the different characteristics of a data frame. Now, what are the programming language to create data frame? To create a Spark data frame, what are the different programming language we can use? So we can use either Python programming language, or we can use the Java programming language. Similarly, we can use the Scala programming language, or else we can use the R programming languages as well. Why data frame? Data frame is one step ahead of RDT. Data frame is advanced version of the RDT, I can say. Data frame provides memory management and optimized execution plan. Now, custom management, this is also known as Project Tungsten. There is no garbage collection overhead. Expensive data serialization is also avoided. Optimized execution plan. This is also known as the query optimizer. Using this, an optimized execution plan is created for the execution of a query. It makes queries run faster. Now, Spark SQL execution plan. Spark SQL query execution phase. In 4 phases, we use Catalyst, General Tree Transformation Framework, Analysis, Logical Optimization, Physical Planning, and Code Generation. You can see this is the Spark SQL optimization diagram. We have something called analysis rule, analysis phase, optimization rule, planning stages, and code generation. This is the Catalyst front end, Catalyst, and back end. Spark SQL terminology. What are the different terminology we use as part of the Spark SQL module? We have something called data frame, then SQL context, Hive context, dataset, JDBC, data source, Catalyst optimizer. Let's try to understand one by one. What is data frame? It's a structured data optimized into named column. Similarly, SQL context is the entry point to work. It's an entry point for working with structured data, rows and columns. It allows the creation of data frame object as well as the execution of SQL queries. Hive context, working with Hive table, a descendant of SQL context. Hive context is more battle tested and provides a richer functionality than SQL context. Dataset. Dataset extend the benefits of compile time type safety. JDBC data source. JDBC data source can read data from relational databases using JDBC API. Similarly, what's about the Catalyst optimizer? It is the newest and most technical component of Spark SQL. A Catalyst is a query plan, plan optimizer and all. Okay, that's all about the part 1 of the Spark SQL module. Going forward, we will see the advanced techniques that we are using as part of the Spark SQL module. Guys, thank you so much. Have a nice day. Till that time, keep on practice rocking. Thank you so much.